materials, the new materials like the polar fleece that Bob's wearing, and the polar polyesters and polypropylenes, they do not hold water. Okay, they're what's called hydrophobic. Okay, because the structure of the material is not such that it has any binding power to water. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit of chemistry here, I know, but you're going to see, since I'm a chemist, I'm going to speak in those terms. But it has to do with the cotton, of course, is like a starch, It's just cellulose, okay? Just many starch units put together, and all those they have a group on them that makes it attract water. There's literally an attraction there. Whereas with the polar fleece, those groups aren't on there, and it's like putting oil on water. There is no attraction.
So what's the wool?
The wool is like proteins. So it's these proteins into these peptide bonds and everything like that. So it's got a lot of it's all protein, and silk is all protein too. So it will hold the water as well. From what's called hydrogen bonding is what it actually is. Is that there is the amide bond of the wool will hold water. Okay, and it actually attracts it. Okay, and just thinking about it, as I'm just speaking here, I'm thinking of things that wrinkle really bad. You never see your polar fleece wrinkle, do you? Do you? I'm just thinking out loud here. But you see your cotton gets wrinkled really easy, right? And when you iron it, of course, that's how you get the wrinkles out. But what you're actually doing is breaking those hydrogen bonds when you iron. Okay, when it gets a wrinkle, and it's actually a hydrogen bond holding the material in a wrinkle. And when you apply the heat to it and make it go flat again, you actually are breaking the hydrogen bonds with the heat, and then it reforms as soon as it cools down, but it's now lined up again, so it's, you have a nice pressed shirt, okay? And that's why they put starch on your shirts as well, for them to hold that form, that shape, okay? And once they get it on there, it holds it for a while, okay? So one of the things that is good for cold weather clothes is to always be thinking in terms of modular systems. What I mean by modular systems is several things that are in layers, okay? Whether it's your boots, so these are Arctic boots. See, they'll have the outside part, and they'll have two inside parts, okay? The reason you want it in modular is it's much easier to dry when it does get wet, okay? And if you just get one part wet, you don't have the whole thing to try to. If you have your boot all together, you're never going to get it dry if it gets wet. Okay, so they can pass these around, and you're going to be surprised at how light those are. And I'm going to pass around another. These are the ones I made actually, just kind of like put together on my own from, you buy a Neos, a cheap Neos, okay? Great for the water, right? So you got a water layer. And then you buy two different kinds of insulators, okay? And this is what I wore to the magnetic North Pole. So I know that those work to like a -30. Those work to -45. Yes?
Jeff, what type of sock do you use?
I just use a wool sock, and yeah, I do. And people, some of the guides swear by Smart Wool sock, and the ones that I got, I must have bought 20 different pair. LL Bean sold a hunter sock, which was part Qualifill, and they sell them in the catalog too. It's a sock that is a wool Qualifill mix, and I mean, I had never had cold feet. Okay, on all these expeditions, I've never had cold feet. No, I'm not really. I'm just no. Yeah.
And you don't use an Orlon liner?
No, I don't. But other people, I mean, that's totally a preference that other people have, and that probably is a good idea. I mean, I haven't tested that myself, okay? But I know that that probably works, and it's supposed to probably be better for the blisters as well. But personally, I just use one sock. Okay?
Now, do you wear a sock in here?
Yes.
That's what you were saying?
Yes. Yeah.
So we actually have four layers.
Yes. Yeah. The outer layer here, then this whatever that is stuff is, and right. And then, yes, please.
I have a really dumb question.
Uh-huh.
If you were gonna do this, would you need to get your outer boot in a bigger size to be able to fit both these liners?
Yeah, it's usually about a size bigger. But these are, I don't know, these are the safest size that they make. These are extra, extra large.
And these are extra large, extra large.
Right.
What size shoe do you wear?
11.
Yeah, okay.
11 and a half.
Can you purchase this as a,
No,
this is a
I put those together. I put this together. This is what and then I tested in this, and then I decided this is what I was gonna take. You know, these are big decisions to make. You don't get, there's no place to go back. Yeah.
Gaddy's on the corner,
Right.
right mile.
Right.
What about Eskimo muffins? You know, they have good
Yes.
seal and weak seal.
Yeah, and now the Eskimos, yeah, they still use those, and we would use Mucklucks too.
I mean, like,
The only,
native.
yeah. The only danger with the Mucklucks is of course getting them wet. And so again, I'm breaking down this temperature range, but if it's cold enough, like as you're speaking about, those are absolutely the best. The Eskimo Mucklucks, yeah. There's just no doubt about
I
it.
have a pair on one size.
Yeah, just incredible. And the Eskimo, when you see them, they will come, you often see them now in their snowmobiles, okay? But they will be wearing, always have their mucklucks in a little place in the snowmobile. They usually are carrying a sled which has a little cabinet on it, okay, little trunk. And in there they'll have their sealskin mucklucks. And if it's too warm outside, or any water at all, they'll have rubber boots with muckluck liners. Okay, that's what you'll see them in, and also you'll see them in these things too. But the traditional muckluck liner or mucklucks are very, very important.
I notice also that footwear is also very breathable. You get your
Yes.
outer stuff.
Yes.
There's no rubber covering
Right,
of any
right,
of it.
right. Right.
Where did you get these with the devil inside food?
These came from Canada, and they're no longer make these. They're trying to get them to make them again. But they were from Sorel,
These are all Sorel sliders and stuff. You see.
from Canada. On your handwear, you want a similar situation. And I've got more money spent in mittens than any one person should have. But the reason is that, you need to test this. Now the Gore-Tex mitt is good if it's going to be, again, wet, right? But when it gets so cold, the Gore-Tex mitt, you can't get it on. In fact, probably the most dangerous I've had is that I had a Gore-Tex mitts with me, and I could not get them on because the Gore-Tex gets so stiff at about a -10 that you cannot get it on. The filament gets literally stiff, okay? I've had Gore-Tex pants that I couldn't get on, so I walked home in my long underwear from a camp out. I walked back to the base camp or whatever in long underwear, and I've had Gore-Tex mitts now that have failed me when it gets to like -20. Okay. So these again are just the Supplex nylon outer shell, and of course you have the fleece liners that go in there, and you want to have gauntlets so that they come way up on your sleeve, just for not letting the air in. When you think of dressing for polar conditions, you want to think of how does Santa Claus look? Because if you start thinking about how Santa Claus looks, you're going to do much better. He has a lot of stuff on him that you think is just for decoration, but it's not. You always see Santa Claus with a lot of fur around his cuffs. Okay? Well, that fur is so that it makes a plug, so that the air cannot get up under his coat. All right? It's really there for it. It became a decoration later on. It's really there for a reason. Okay? You always see him with a belt on. That belt keeps the wind from going up like this, right? Just little things like that make a huge difference. And I'm going to show you just some of the little things that we use to make a huge difference. You want to think about where you're losing energy. Okay, again, this is this idea of where is your energy coming from. You're going to lose energy from your femoral arteries, which are inside your thighs there. You're going to lose energy from your carotid arteries right here, all right? And from your head. That's probably the biggest places that you're in, and probably from your chest and back too. But for as far as arteries that are close to the surface that you're going to lose energy from, that's where it's going to be head, neck, and femoral arteries, and probably the arteries in your arm, brachial arteries, okay? Little things like wrist warmers. These just help make the plug with your clothing. So you just put these on over your wrist and just make another layer, little layer there. It weighs absolutely nothing. Okay? Of course, the balaclava, which everybody knows about. Okay? That covers your face and things like that. Get your neck covered. The neck gaiters. Like this. Okay? And you can pull that up and of course cover the bridge of your nose and keep yourself warm there. Alright? All that stuff, it doesn't weigh hardly anything, and it's well worth having in your backpack, or with you at least, so that you could use it. Another thing that you'll see the Eskimos have, and that we haven't necessarily got, but you could kind of do it on the underneath side, but short pants. Eskimos have short pants they put on, okay? And it's to keep those femoral arteries warm. They have a short pant that goes over their pants. So you'll see them and they'll have these, fur pants that come up to about there. And that's just to give that femoral artery some extra heat, so it doesn't lose heat.